I've spent most of my life travelling the world. As a travel writer, I get to travel far and wide, but often for short periods of time, so contrary to what people might think, it can be very compressed and sometimes a little stressful. So when I get a chance to walk in the countryside in Ireland, I get to breathe more and slow down, which I love. This weekend, I'm walking in Ireland's sunny southeast and breathing in the sea air along the coastal trails and walks just south of Rosslare, County Wexford. My name is Pól Ó Conghaile, and this is my Tracks and Trails. Wexford is a county with some of the most intriguing history in Ireland. I love walking here. The trails take you from Celtic times through the Norman period to 1798 and beyond. And I've picked a walk today, starting from Rosslare Harbour, that I hope is going to thread me through all of those things. It moves south along the coast, right around the southeastern corner of the country, past Greenore to Ladies Island. Mix of surfaces underfoot, mix of views, and lots of stories along the way. So this is a mid-range hike, about 19 or 20k, so I want to go prepared. I'm bringing my water with extras. I'm bringing my rain gear, my fleece in there. I've got my phone with a battery pack, hard copy just in case. I don't know if the signal's going to drop off. I got my snacks, I got my sunscreen, and I got my camera for some nice stills along the way. I'm hoping to get some good views. And finally, mixture of surfaces underfoot, so I'm wearing proper footwear. My route takes me through various terrains. Starting out at Rosslare Harbour, the trail splits into two for those who want to take in Kirwan's garden. Then I head south, descending onto the beach shortly after Rosslare Harbour. After a few kilometres along the shoreline, I turn inland at Ballytrent to join the Norman Way, along the Boreens and roads to end with a 2-kilometre loop at Ladies Island. Rosslare is known to nearly every Irish man, woman and child. It's been a destination or departure point for many an Irish holiday over the last 50 years. The harbour itself has been in operation as a ferry terminal for over 100 years, making it one of Ireland's major thoroughfares. The walk I'm doing starts here just above the harbour and soon turns into countryside. Before I head in that direction, I'm taking a little detour. This little garden is known locally as the Secret Garden. It's actually part of the trail and has the trail's walking signs very clearly marked. It's a very cute place that's been maintained by local residents for decades. Kids love it here, but it's well worth a visit for grown-ups too. This is a gorgeous little community garden along the trail just by the railway cottages, full of bird life and pops of colour and sculptures like these ones. Really cool. First established in the mid-1980s by local resident Seamus Kirwan, the Secret Garden has evolved into a haven for locals. There's much more to it than meets the eye, and it's full of nooks and crannies that provide some surprising moments and attractions. It's like a little hobbit house. It's actually a free library where kids can take books or leave books or stay and read for a while. It really is a magical little place and well worth the detour. It takes you away and you feel totally enveloped here. Rosslare has a long seafaring history, and due to its rocky coastline, over the years hundreds of ships were wrecked here, and you'll find remnants and echoes of these wrecks all around Rosslare. I'm just reading here that these seats are pieced together from broken pieces of pottery and glass that washed up from a shipwreck on the shore. They're called Cheneys, and they date from the 1850s. The seashore in this part of the sunny southeast ranges from rocky outcrops to beautiful white sandy beaches. There's lots to see and experience along the route, and plenty of history. One of the things I like about this walk is how the surface and scenery changes so quickly. 1 minute you're on a cliff walk overlooking the sea, and within 100 metres you're heading towards the beach through reeds and wild grass. The transition from ferry terminals to miles of sandy beaches happens within a few hundred metres. Leaving the ships behind me, I'm heading south to explore the variety of shoreline terrains that Rosslare has to offer, and I intend to pick up a few stories along the way. As well as being the sunny southeast, this part of Ireland is known as Ireland's ancient east. So it's no surprise to learn that this part of the country has plenty of history attached to it, and the beaches of Wexford are no exception. I'm meeting with locals Pól Ó and Madeleine Quirke. They know a huge amount about the history of Rosslare, and in particular what happened over the years along this stretch of coastline.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. With a day like this, why wouldn't I be? It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Lovely.
It's a mighty day.
Really
I know.
lovely.
I'm looking out here on this calm, placid sea, but underneath the waves there's a different story.
There surely is a different story. People don't realise that the seabed has its ups and downs, its hills and its hollows, just the same as the land does. There is a line of underwater hills that goes from here practically all the way to Howth. There's a website that lists 176 wrecks in this patch of sea here alone.
Earlier today I was at a bench where the tiles, or chainies I believe they were called, were washed up from another shipwreck. So I'm following that trail of breadcrumbs towards you, and I saw you pick something up while you were walking.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little piece of a chainy. You can see the various colours on it, so it could have come from a plate or a cup or something. And I suppose any of the wrecks out here that would have had china on them, whether they were in use by the crew or whether they were carrying loads that may have been pottery or whatever, all over the years they're just being washed up all the time, particularly along the stretch
So
of beach.
they're still being pushed
Still
up
being
onto
pushed
the
up,
shore.
and people collect them, and the seats that you saw, it was a project and involved the community, and it's lovely, you know, it's lovely that they're put to some use.
I love that notion. I love the way you're describing it, but it all just washing up. And if you spot it along the way, there's kind of a touch of serendipity to it.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
keep my eye out for those now as I walk.
Yeah. So look, it's
Well,
lovely
thank you
to talk
so
to
much
you.
for
Not
taking
at
the
all.
time.
Not at
Enjoy
all.
your walk.
Not at all. Take
We'll
care.
talk to you
Bye-bye.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
One thing I like about this walk is how the beach changes. Beach walks can tend to be a little samey for miles. However, on this beach, the view and the walk constantly change. A nice variety.
I can't think of a better spot to take a breather. It is so peaceful here. When I come on big, long walks like this, I always make sure to bring plenty of snacks, fruit, bars, stuff to drink along the way. I want to keep the fuel and the energy levels up and not to flag halfway through. And in Wexford, one snack I was sure to get was the strawberries. These take me back to when we used to come here as kids on summer holidays, pulling into the side of the road and picking up a couple of punnets. It's sustenance and it's sweet. Love it.
As well as being known for great food, Wexford's known for its 250 kilometres of beaches, so you'll always find a quiet spot. It's especially blissful on a sunny day.
Many of the beaches here are separated by small rocky outcrops. These are the links in a chain to dozens of secluded beaches that you'll find all along the coastline. It feels almost like a different season, not to mind a different day from when I started out. The sea is just so flat and blue and pristine. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can't get away from history here. You'll bump into it everywhere, even on the beaches. You'll find ruins like this church that dates back to Norman times, scattered all across Wexford.
This whole trail is dotted with historical features. And here's another one of the oldest harbours in the country.